Is there anybody there? Anyone watching? Can't see anyone. Only myself. Right, Ian. I'm going to give it a few minutes here. See if anyone turns up. I'll still probably do the stream, but not for long. I might do a paranormal one tomorrow. I don't know yet. Depends on how I feel. Because I haven't been sleeping well lately. I was hoping to go out today, do some milk detecting, but I didn't sleep. So I practically tried to get up. Well, I tried to get some sleep early last night, but didn't succeed. I didn't actually get to sleep till 7 o'clock this morning. That's the time I was planning to get up and go out and do my permission. But then I thought, well, I'm going to be too tired to travel out there anyway, so I might do a local one. So I put the alarm clock on again for 9 o'clock, so I could try to get a couple of hours sleep. And when I did get a couple of hours sleep, I was still damn tired, so I cancelled it off for the day. So I'm hoping to go tomorrow to my permission. And I've got another little spot I might go to Monday. Me and Alan ain't going to be doing a session this week coming. Like to, but we can't because of the weather. I've just been checking the weather, and I just sent him a message actually saying that we was going to meet up Tuesday, I think it was, but with the weather as it is, the British weather, when I looked at it, it said for Tuesday, gusty winds. And those winds can be, anything from 5 mile up to bloody 50 mile an hour, The only other day which is supposed to be sunny is Monday, Wednesday, and that's it. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is going to be rainy. Now, I was hoping to go out tomorrow as well. And it said it's going to be sunny tomorrow, but now it's actually stating it's going to be raining from 1 o'clock. So, I want to go to do my permission tomorrow. No, so I'm going to check out me Go Find 40 on it. But if it's raining, I don't ever want to go, to be honest, because it says light rain showers. Now, my permission does have no wooded area which I can take shelter in. If it really pours down, I can go and probably step in one of these little shacks. But Monday is going to be more sunnier than tomorrow. Because if I'd gone to my permission today, I'd have gone and done another one tomorrow at a different location. One I've only ever been to once, and that's more kind of like a little tester for about 10-15 minutes. And I didn't really find much there because I was using my very first, one of my first milk detectors, which is the MD3010. And I've also been in an area when I was doing a little nature walk, and there's a hell of a lot of blackberries there, which I was picking as well. So I was thinking, as I didn't go to my permission date, I was going to go there today, the other location, but because I didn't get no sleep, and I kind of slept half the day today to try to catch up with sleep, I didn't turn up, I didn't go out anywhere today. I couldn't go out much during the week because my pinpointer broke down again. And that's what I'm going to be talking about, pinpointers, in a minute. And if anyone's got any comments they want to leave after the video or in chat, let me know answers to questions I'm going to be asking some of you guys, especially if you're a milk detectorist. It'll be interesting to find out your replies. And I'm going to give you my thoughts about the cost of bloody pinpointers, So yeah, tomorrow is going to be kind of like light rain showers. And if I got there at 9 o'clock tomorrow, my permission, I'll be able to do like 2 or 3 hours before it starts raining. But I like to do more than 3 hours if I can. I want to try to do 4. So now I'm thinking, well, it's going to be raining, and they did say like last week it's going to rain, but then they turned around and said no, it's going to be sunny on Sunday. Now they turn around again and saying it's like half the day sunny and half the day's rainy. Well, it's not half a day now; it's like a quarter of the day up until like midday. It's going to be sunny, and then the rest of the day is going to be kind of like from 1 o'clock until 6 o'clock going to be rainy. And tonight it's going to be raining as well from 1 o'clock till 5. How heavy, I don't know. So I'm going to have to see how it goes tonight. I might have to not go to my permission tomorrow and end up going to the local one and then go to my permission Monday when it's hopefully going to be more kind of dry. So that's what I'm planning to do. See what the weather's like for tomorrow. If I can get up early. If it's still going to be raining in the afternoon, I'll probably cancel my permission and go Monday and then go to this local one to me instead. As I say, I couldn't go and do too much on my permission this week because my pinpointer broke down. And that's the new pinpointer, the Gold Hunter, which I only bought in October, 22nd of October. When was the last time I went out milk detecting? 3 days ago. Which was when? Wednesday. Actually, I think I went Tuesday and uploaded the video Wednesday. I can't remember. But I'm getting a bit sick and tired of, with these pinpointers, to be honest with you. They're not as good as people think they are. The way I see it, that, a lot of these pinpointers are like cheap Chinese Hong Kong kind of crap, don't actually state, I don't think, where they were made. Let me find out. I can't find my magnet. There it is. I don't think it tells you where they're made. GP pinpointer or GP pointer, spy metal detector. Well, they've got it written down as spy metal detector. They don't even tell you where they made from. So as you know, I did do a little chat on these the other day actually, but I'm going to do a little bit more. I've got 3 cheap pinpointers, yeah. They all cost me between £12 and £20. This one cost me £18, I think it was. So I thought it might be better than these two. The green one cost me 15. This one cost me 14. And the one which is broken, which I took apart and showed you the other day, cost me, I think it was about 12 quid. I just don't know why they keep packing up on me. I just don't understand it. I know, the cheap ones ain't going to work, as longer as the better price ones, kind of thing. But I would have thought you would have got, at least 6 months, use out of a pinpoint like this. While the more expensive ones like the Garrett and the Minelab and whatever, Fishers or whatever, which are a lot more expensive, probably would last you a bit longer, maybe up to a year. But, normally when I'm out milk detecting, even Alan can back me up on this. I might just be picking up that pinpointer. But I'm not in nowhere near anything. It's like setting off. I mean, no, it's not picking them up. See, I'm not even pointing anything near any metal, and it's already going off. False readings. And that's why I can't understand why they give false readings, you know. It's just bloody annoying. Now, see, even that one done it. Oh, there's no metal around near me. It's not picking, it can't be picking this up. If it is, then that's a fucking long depth. Now I've moved it out of the way, it's on the floor now. And this is the one of the newer ones, not like, you know, the more expensive ones, but you can see, you know, these are just so cheap and nasty and completely crap. Even with this one, will this do it? I don't think I've actually used the green one much. Actually, probably used it a couple of times, so it shouldn't do what these other two are doing. I think this one was more expensive actually. I can't remember. I think I paid about £16-17 for this one. I think. While that one was about 18 odd. Let me get a coin. No, even with a coin, it's not picking up that much. Well, you're getting probably about 2 inches on it. Try the orange one. That one is a bit more. I'd say about 3 inches. What was that one? Alright, try to keep my finger down. So it's even going off even before I get to it, you know. The only time it's going to give you a proper reading when you're on top of it. So that one is definitely like 40. This one. Probably about the same. Maybe a bit more, don't know. I think that one's a little bit more height. But no, take it away and it's giving me false reading. So why do they do that? Why do they give false readings? I just don't understand why they give false readings, man. You know, it's like you're paying for something which don't even bloody well work. Like this one, you know, I can't really get the hang of this one. And then this one is like bloody annoying. So you can see, right? Move away. No, I had that on mode 2, I'm sure I did. Yeah. So to stop it from like actually going off constantly, and you know, you have to have it on mode 2. And sometimes mode 2 doesn't even like work properly. Right, turn it on. That's mode 1, right? And you know, when you take it away, it actually goes off still. That should be mode 2. Right, well, it's not even picking up on the side. Unless you're right on top of it. Let's try one of those other ones in a minute. Try the green one. Yeah, probably about an inch. And that's going off by itself. No, not even an inch. Probably about half an inch on that one. So that's standing up on its edge. Now you look, practically touched it, it didn't go off. Probably about a quarter of an inch. Turn this one on. Yeah, I'm practically touching that. It's only when it's on its, flat, it's actually being picked up. Right, let's try the Gold Hunter, the one that's giving me all the problems. And that's picking up more. That's probably about just over an inch. Probably about 2.5 centimeters. And look how far that is actually picking it up. That's got to be like 3 inches. Mind you, that could be that metal clip. So it's got to be about 4 inches. Turn this one back on it. Got to remember to keep those out of the way. Probably about the same, I don't know. Got to remember to keep these pins out of the way, these clips. That's definitely lower. That's definitely lower. So you're talking about, these ones, the Gold Hunter, which people swear more is better than the actual Garrett, yeah? Yeah, it's a lot more better than these. But I've been having a lot of problems with this over the week. That's why I've not been able to go out and finish off my little marathon, which I wanted to do, because this bugger packed up. And the only one I had with me as spare was this one, and even this one was playing up with me. So my 3-day marathon never got to be finished. Only done like a 2-day marathon. This one has packed up on me quite a lot. I've gone out with it. It turns on, it works once. You turn it off, when you go turn it on again, it stops working. All you get is the bleep when you turn it on, and it won't pick up anything on, when it's turned on and you pinpointing it. But for some reason now, it seems to be working okay. But I'm still going to try and get this sent back. The only problem is the person who I bought this from, it's been a pain in my backside, saying I need to do this and I need to do that. As if I'm so stupid and thick. They're saying, "Oh, maybe the battery's flat, put a new battery in," which I've done. Oh, maybe you turn it on before you're putting it near the metal. No, I turn it on, then put it in the metal. Well, are you actually turning it on? And, is there metal there? Kind of thing. Well, with the fucking, like, milk detectors picking it up, then there's got to be metal there, isn't there, really? Think about it. So this person is, like, really pissing me off on eBay. And they said, well, well, what we do, we send you a replacement. I said, well, yeah, because they want me to actually retract the return thing, which I put on them, yeah. I said, oh, can you please, be kind to remove the retract return, and we'll send you another one out. And I said, no, you send me another one out first. Once I get it, I'll return this one, then I'll remove it. So I ain't going to do that. I fell for that once before on eBay. Someone told me to, like, retract the appeal I had on them, and they definitely sent me one back. Can't remember what it was. It's something I bought for eBay, fucking Chinese company, based in the UK. And they said, oh, it's going to, like, take 3 to 4 weeks because we've got to send it from Hong Kong. I said, but why can't you send me one from, United Kingdom? You're based in the United Kingdom. You've got stock. Oh, we can't do that. The managers told us that the ones we've got in stock, we had to sell. We can't use them as replacements. And you know what? I never even got the replacement one. I never got nothing from them. I lost money on them. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been one of the Pinpoint as well, actually. I can't remember. But because I was hoping that, the person I bought this one from would be a lot more kind of genuine and polite, I would have got a new one by now, but nope. Was it about a week? And I still got the same shitty one. And I only got the email today when they said, oh, can you retract the return and we'll send you another one ASAP. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. You send me one from your UK eBay business, not from China. So I'm not waiting 3 or 4 weeks. Once I get it, then I'll send this back, then I'll retract it. Now, because these people have been arseholes on eBay, and I do like this one, to be honest with you. With the views I've seen on them, as I state, these are meant to be better than some of the Garrett ones out there. So because I like it so much, and I couldn't be asked to keep being pissed around with this eBay seller, I bought another Gold Hunter from another eBay seller, and I think this one is English and not Chinese. Now, I did tell the person I bought this one from, it's no good. I want either a replacement or my money back. And I put a letter in the envelope. And what I'm going to do now is cost the actual replacement bit out and state on the letter, refund required, not replacement. Because what I do know that sometimes when you're buying goods from eBay, the Chinese will check it out. And if they think it's still working, they will send you back the faulty one. And they will catch you out on that one. So I'm going to put down refund. And when I do get a refund, I probably will buy another one of these, although this is a new one, which I've not even used yet. I've got this, when was it? Friday. I've not been out since, earlier in the week, actually. But yeah, that's the only reason I bought another one, because people have actually done a lot of videos on YouTube and stated that the Gold Hunter is better than some of the other pinpointers out there. I actually would say to you guys, to buy one of these rather than these fucking cheap, shitty ones, kind of thing. So you think about it, that one cost me, I think, was about 20 odd quid, 25 quid. And I still don't know how to use the damn thing properly. And I was just confusing this one. But I could have bought one of these instead of those two. And then you think about it, stick another £5 on. No, actually. Yeah, about another £5. I could have bought a second one instead of them two. But I just don't understand why pinpointers are so expensive. Because, you're looking at the Garrett ones, yeah, they're like 100 to 120, 130 pound each. Yeah, I've got a notification on my Facebook that Minelab have bought the Minelab Pinpointer Pro 2 out. Yeah, and CMD is actually selling them, and they're done 99 quid. 99 quid, man, for one piece of equipment. I just don't know why they're making so much money on these things, because if they're doing mass manufactures, yeah, I reckon that to make or build a Pinpointer will only probably cost them about £5, maybe £10 max. Now, if they sold each one for about 30 quid, like this one, they're still going to be making a hell of a lot of money, because people are going to be wanting them for when they go out on their milk detecting, like adventures, kind of thing. But I think it's just a rip-off where they actually cost you so much money to buy like a decent Pinpointer. And I've watched a load of videos, and even some of the people that's bought like expensive Pinpointers still have the same thing. They turn it on and it constantly goes off by itself, or you turn it on and it don't work at all. Kind of thing, just like these cheap, nasty ones. And not only that, you only get like a year's guarantee on them, warranty. Now, with the metal detector, the GoFind 44, which my son bought me for my birthday Christmas present, yeah. I've only been out with that once at the moment, yeah. So I say I was hoping to go out today with it, but I didn't sleep last night, couldn't sleep. So I ended up staying indoors all day trying to catch up with some of the sleep. I can understand, metal detectors being expensive because the different kind of technology and settings and all that kind of stuff that's been put into them. But the simple Pinpointer like that, 120 odd quid, fucking rip off. What happens if it goes down and gets broken? So Alan just sent me a message. He'll be home in 20 minutes. I think he's working actually. I didn't realise he's working on Saturday. Yeah. No, because with the metal detector, yeah, when my son bought it from I think it's called Detronics. I have to check up on that. Hold on. My lab. Oh, fine. 44. What? 433. 44. Yeah, Detronics Limited. Yeah. If you actually check out their eBay, all right. Let me post the link up on there. That's the link, right? Now they state that the Minelab has 3 years warranty. So if it screws up within the 3 years and you've got a receipt, you can send it back and they are obliged to either repair it or send you a replacement one, yeah? So, I think that's a pretty good deal, really, because, you could have it 2 years and you might go and break it accidentally and you send it back. But you've got to read the terms and conditions, I think, though. Returns are accepted, but only if the items returned in its original condition, in original packing postage, will not be refunded. But what happens if you go out and it suddenly starts packing up after a year? They've got to under their specifications, I suppose, well, not specifications, but under what they say, they should repair it. So the coil suddenly drops off, and it ain't your fault. it's under the wear and tear, I suppose they've got to have to replace it. I don't know. I haven't really gone into that, to be honest with you, but I can understand, when you've got like metal detectors costing you 2, 3, 400 quid, you nut to, a couple of £1,000 or $1,000 or whatever. Yeah. It's the technical side, the electronics, I suppose, and the different kind of features and specifications that go in there that cost the money. But even with that, like my son paid £168 for the Go Find 44, yeah, right. How much does that really cost them to actually build? Probably about £30. No, because if you're going to go into like a business venture and you're actually mass producing, it costs you less money to actually produce something than actually like having like 20 or 30 built. If you're going to have like 1,000 built, then the manufacturer is going to build it for you. Is going to drop the price all the way down, aren't they? Because they're going to know that, I suppose, well, if he sells 1,000 units, he's going to come back to us and want another 1,000 units. And that's where, like, their cost goes down in getting the equipment built, but then they're going to make a huge amount of money by selling it at like top rate price, which is probably about 4 times the amount they've actually sold. It's like, you go and buy a car. How much is this car going to cost a manufacturer to build? Depends on what car it is, a couple of grand. They go and sell it for like 10 grand, 20 grand. Everyone is out there making money on whatever they build, kind of thing. I'm not going to go into depth about, buying and selling stuff, but, if you're going to build something, you're going to build it at a high quality, and a high amount, aren't you? Sometimes, business can probably like fold because like they're not selling it and they go under. And then that equipment goes into like an auction and someone buys it, at dirt cheap price kind of thing, But why do they charge so much money for stuff? Right, if they want people to enjoy the hobby and to have fun and to learn, surely they can actually like do a pinpointer, which is going to be, really good working, and it's not going to keep fucking up like these ones do. Decent enough price, because they must know that, a lot of people just don't have the money, If they're going to like, I know it's like these, these you could probably say, well, this is a beginner, yeah, that's a beginner pinpointer. A beginner might not be going out more than 2, 3 times a month or something like that, so they're not going to use it that much. But if you've got someone out there who's going to go out like 3, 4 times a week, every month for the whole year, and they want something, kind of robust, sturdy, and like it's not going to screw up within like a couple of weeks. Surely they can make something, really kind of like decent enough at a decent enough price, kind of thing. Why $100, $200, pounds or whatever for one fucking like pinpointer? It's just fucking ridiculous, man. And they, with the money people have got nowadays, they must know a lot of people don't have money like me. That's why I'm always saying if anyone wants to sponsor me, then I'll be happy to be sponsored and I'll give you an honest review on anything you send me, kind of thing. But that ain't seem to be happening. And it's not groveling and begging, kind of thing. If someone wants something like, I was watching a video the other day, yeah, right. The guy's got like probably about 100k subscribers, yeah. But I don't know how long he's been on YouTube for to get 100k subscribers, but even on his videos, he's only getting like, 2, 3, 4k, viewers. But he's been sponsored, It's a channel which got high subscriptions and like, high amount of viewers that are getting sponsored. They don't give a shit about us smaller ones, They don't give us a chance to actually get something so we can review it and hope that our channel might, bring in a few more subscribers and viewers and get more people interested in like, the merchandise that people are sponsoring us. It's like Agachigger. How many times has he been sponsored? Good luck to the guy. I'm not being jealous of the guy, but he's got fucking like 1.8 million subscribers, I think it is. But he doesn't get 1.8 million people watching his channel. If you look at his channel, he's getting probably about 5, 10, 15,000 people watching it. But the actual manufacturers are going to these channels when we think, well, he's got 1.8. He's got like well, let me have a look how many people watch his channel. Hang on a minute. Let me have a nose. Agachigger. Right, he's got 1.8 million subscribers, yeah. Now, on his last video, he had 28,000 people. So what the businesses are doing, they're going to these people, which is not, got like 1.8 fucking thousand subscribers, but the guy's having like 28,789 viewers or whatever, yeah, watching that video. So they're going to go to him and say, look, we'll send you this, we'll send you that, and then like do a review, and you can keep the item, and we'll also like sponsor you that. We give you a link, and you can give like a discount code, and then like when people come to us, you might get a percentage of what we're sending out, or we will give you more products freely for you to keep them with you in the time, in time. Now, Chigger usually gets like flashlights and stuff like that, kind of thing. While who is it? The other group, not Thursday. That group, they get sponsored like knives and flashlights and God knows what else kind of thing, So we the lower channels don't get. Scott, the only person who has been kind of like sponsored, because I suppose that people will feel sorry for him. I'm not trying to like down the guy, because I do like the guy. That's Brad, yeah, because he was saying that he had to sell his Garrett 250, I think it was, because of financial problems, right? Which I can understand, But when he actually done a video saying that he actually said his Garrett, yeah, I don't know if it's because like Dr. Ork, or what the company is, was watching him, or if it's because like they could have come over to my channel and watched my channel, and I said, look, I'd like to see someone sponsored Brad a milk detector, because he hasn't got one, because he had to sell it, and I feel sorry for the guy, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people feel sorry for the guy. But if you think about it, he's got 18,000 subscribers, right? And his views, fluctuates between 8K, 3K, 2K, 1K. He's got a couple at 19,000. So, I don't know, it's because of the amount of views he gets. But, I think the highest one is like 19,000, I think. So, he is a lower end, like, channel creator, which was lucky enough to get, well, he said he's not a sponsor. Well, I think he is a sponsor. If someone's giving you something, to do a review, to me, that's like being sponsored. Because I think like, he's able to keep that. He got like a metal detector, which was like worth about 120 quid for to do metal detecting with, yeah, because he had, as I said, like he sold his Garrett for, because he had like financial difficulties, yeah. But he didn't just get one metal detector. Got two from Dr. Hawk. He got like more of a grown-up one. Then he got like a child's one, which I suppose, you know, they might have just sent him it, to like test that because Brad has got like a young child. I think it's like 7 years old. They might say, well, Brad's was saying like, oh, like my son might like, to have a go on this one as well. And they probably think, oh, he's got a son. Well, we got like a child's one. Let's send him a child's one, kind of thing. I can't say that he's being sponsored and he's going to keep it as a sponsor. But I did. He does like say on his channel, well, I like this. It's quite a good metal detector. Blah blah blah. If you want one, go to this Amazon website. And put in this code. So really, if you keep putting the code in, you're being sponsored to me in one way. So I'm glad that he is getting help. To be honest with you, but that's only one channel that I've seen who's getting help by getting things given to them, right? While most of these like sponsorships, people with like channels with like 100,000 or a million fucking like subscribers and like getting God knows how many views each day. And I think that's like, come on, companies, I know you want your money, I know you want your fucking sales, but how about giving some of the lower creative channels a bit of a helping out, I may be saying anything wrong, but I don't know. It just niggles me, that all these higher end channels, are getting like sponsorship, and some of the lower channels don't get diddly squat because it's all greed, I suppose, really, isn't it? Really, oh, he's got 100,000 subscribers, or he's got 1.8 million subscribers, and he's getting like 50,000 to 100,000 views a day. Yeah, let's sponsor that guy, and give him a few bits and pieces, and hopefully that we're going to get, some of his subscribers come over and purchase the stuff, Oh, well, we ain't going to do that guy because he's only got like 333 subscribers and, he only gets like 30 views a day. Well, how do you know that, my 30 viewers might be interested in something that I might be sponsored and my 30 viewers might come over and fucking like buy stuff off you? I'm not saying it would ever happen, but, there's a possibility, like a 50-50 in it, really. But I just don't understand why people, make like, as I say, I'm not digging and having to go into companies, but Minelab, Fisher, Garrett, and a few other manufacturers that do metal detectors. I can understand the price of the metal detectors, yeah, but pinpointers at 120 quid. Bloody hell, man! Like fucking ridiculous. So like for them people who can afford it, but surely they can do like I have noticed, right, even when, they bring out new equipment here, right? Now, the 44 is like, one of the newer kind of like branches of the Minelab, yeah? How long it's been out for? A year, 2 years, I don't know. But they still got like the 40s out, which is the old stock. And, they have dropped the price a little bit, but not that much. Because I went to the Minelab website, yeah, and they got an old 44, which was a return stock, and it's like about 140 quid for the Minelab 44. I'd rather spend out the extra 20-30 quid and buy the updated version, If it's an old stock, why don't they reduce it half price to help out the people who haven't got the funding? It's just like, I'm in my niggle day today, because I ain't been out to do some metal detecting. I'm in my rant today. It's just like fucking ridiculous, man, And I know what they say, well, you've got a pinpointer there, that should do your job, but how much did that really cost to make, in China? Come on. Probably £1, if that, probably £1. And they sell that for like nearly 200%, you know, profit wise. Well, I say like if I bought that for like £10, that's still like 100% profit in it, really. You know, and like these are cheaply made. You know, I showed you what's inside them. It's a small circuit board. Let me try to get my pliers again. It's a cheap circuit board. And the components don't cost that much because all the components are right mass manufactured anyway. You know, that's all it is. And the Ferris rod inside it. That's all it is. Like, let's say it costs £2 to build. And they're selling them, you know, well, I think the cheapest one on eBay is about £12-13, yeah. It's still near enough like 100%, you know, profit they're making in it, really. Now, if this is supposed to be working like it should be, now, I wouldn't mind paying out the money, but when it breaks down on you within like a matter of a couple of weeks, you're just throwing money away, really. And, you know, people might turn around and say, well, if you don't want to be throwing your money away, save up and buy something, you know, decent. Well, like, you know, these are supposed to be decent ones. These are supposed to outbeat the fucking Garrett, which I've seen. But I've had mine for not even a month. 22nd of, well, yeah, just over a month now, actually. You know, 22nd of November, I bought mine. And it's already fucked up like several times. So I can turn it on now. And there you go. It's not even working now. Now look, just turned it on. You just heard me turn it on. It's not even working now. So why it didn't work that time, I don't know. So, you know, when I send this back, right, if the company does send me a replacement one, before I send it back, right, you know, they could turn it on and it could be working for them, you know, practically all the time, you know, kind of thing. Then it's going to make me look like a bloody liar, isn't it, I suppose? You know, oh, well, this guy lied to us because it's working in it, really. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. But if they watch my videos, they can see it ain't working. But when I do turn it on, it's bloody working. Take it outside, it don't work. Never does work when I take it outside. Because what I was going to do if I was going to go out today, I would have took both of them, this one and the new one, and tried that one out. And if it carried on working, you know, for the day, I would have carried on using that one instead of the new one. But if that broke down, then I would have had to use me new backup one, you know, kind of thing. But I might have even taken one of these out with me as well, so I would have probably taken 3 out, making my bag even more heavier. But I just turned it on again. Oh, it does work. Why didn't it work on the table? Oh crap, that my fault. So green one. So what I'm going to probably do is take probably the green one out of this screen, because the orange one just would not work the other day. That kept like bleeping away by itself. This one tends to like screw up as well, and this one I just can't get the hang of. So I've got to put those 3 in my bag later. Those ones back on the shelf. I just don't understand why people are so greedy, you know, businesses, you know, costing you so much money, you know. If it's like something that's going to work constantly and it's never going to have a problem, then I can understand the cost, you know, kind of thing. But No, I've even seen people have Garrett pinpointers and they've broken down within like a matter of months, and they've had to return them, and wait ages for a new one to come through the post. But let's say the only reason I bought this one is I saw so many different reviews that people were doing on these ones, the Gold Hunter pinpointers, that several of the reviews, that probably about 10, were saying that these are a lot better than the Garretts. And I thought, well, if this is a lot better than Garrett, and it's only £35 on eBay, which it was £35, yeah, it saved me like 70 quid in buying a Garrett one. But the thing is, like, what I did not contemplating thinking about is that, well, hang on, if you've got a Garrett and you've got a Gold Hunter, yeah, what's the life expectancy of a Gold Hunter and the actual Garrett? Would the Garrett outlast the Gold Hunter? Would the Garrett outlast the Fisher pinpointer? Would the Garrett pinpointer outlast the Minelab pinpointer? No, because let's say, like, I've got a notification on my Facebook just the other day, and Minelab's brought out, and I'm not being sponsored, and I'm not trying to get you to go over because I can't remember. I think it was on the CMD metal detecting website. They actually posted on one of the Minelab Facebook pages saying that the Minelab's just bought out, the Minelab Pinpointer Pro 2. And it's only £99.99. And if someone's got £99.99, to just lash out their pocket and go and buy one straight away, kind of thing, What happens to all the people, this is another thing, right, yeah? What happens to all the people who's got so much money and got so much different equipment? There's got to be a load of people like with about 10 bloody pinpointers and a dozen maybe metal detectors because they've been upgrading. What do they do with their stuff that they don't use? Do they just store it in a shed or in the attic? Why don't they help out people who can't afford to go out and buy more equipment? Why don't they turn around and say, well, hey, I've got a pinpoint you can have. I donate it to you. Or, it cost me like 100 quid. I ain't going to be able to get 100 quid, but, as long as I get something like 20 quid for it, you don't even see that on eBay, to be honest with you. People selling some there, or you do, but not, cheap. Because people tend to try to get what money they can out of the equipment, I suppose. Like, let's just pretend that this is a Garrett pinpointer, just pretending, yeah? And, it's the last one they bought out, and they're just bringing out a new one, yeah? And the guy's had this for like a year, and he's never had no problem with it. So he thinks, I've got a couple of other pinpointers I've used, I don't really use the Garrett match, but I'm going to buy the newest Garrett pinpointer, which is only like 150 quid. Only 150 quid. So he goes out and buys it. What's going to happen to the pinpointers he's not using? Now, why don't he sell it to make a little bit of money back so he won't have to pay out £150 on the new pinpointer? Now, even if he got 20 quid on his old one, yeah, that's 20 quid he could put towards the new one, which is 20 quid less. He'd have to stick a pull out of his pocket, wouldn't it? So he'd only have to pay like 130 quid plus the 20 quid he gets on the pinpointer. You don't see. Let me have a look. All right. Garrett pinpointer. I'm just looking on eBay for a second-hand one, yeah. No, I don't know how you do this. Used. Right, so there's 3 Garretts. But that's the actual what's name, yeah? Right, they've used Garrett pinpointer, but this is in America. £64, 85p, but then they want £40 postage. Now, I don't see any pinpointers on there. I mean, what's this one? KK Moon pinpointer. Is that the same one as I got? No, KK Moon is similar to this one. And they stay as used. And they want 20 quid for it plus £3.40. Fuck me, man. You know, you can get a brand new one for like 12 quid. Why would I pay 20 quid for it plus £4 postage when I get a brand new one for like 12 quid? Some people think you're stupid, man. Let me see what else there is. So I'm doing Garrett pinpointer here. And I'm not getting practically nothing up. Garrett Pro pinpointer 2, £61. Again in America, and you want so much postage. $14 postage. Then there's a $23 import charge. So the time you spent out, let's say, so it's £51 converted from American to English. No, sorry, £61, right? 61. Then the cost of the postage, £10. That's 71. Say 72. Then the actual import, you're talking about nearly 100 quid. And that's the used pinpointer. Why would I buy a new one at 100 quid and when I could buy a brand new one for 120? Don't make sense. Right, let's have a look at Garrett. Let's have a look at the Garrett 250 metal detector. And I'll go down, all right. Let's say within 100 miles, used. Right, you can buy a brand new Garrett 250 Ace, or Garrett Ace 250, right, for the cheapest one, brand new, 189, right. Now, guy's got a couple on here for second-hand, pre-owned. One is actually up to £104 with £5 postage. The second one is like £82 plus £8.90 postage. Some guy has gone and paid £166 with so far, right, and there's just 1 hour 49 minutes left on it, yeah. And the postage is like £7, so you're talking 174. He could buy a fucking brand new one for 189. So why is he stupid enough to buy a second-hand one at that cost? You know, is it because I think it might? Well, it says immaculate, and I think it might have a. No, it's not even a second coil. It's just a coil cover. You know, another one, £150. You know, why would I go and spend £150 on a pre-owned milk detector when I can get a brand new one for £180? Another one, like, you know, comes with coil cover, headphones, DVD owners and manuals, yeah. 200 quid. Got 33 people watching. But what does it come with it? You know, does it come with extra bits? No, does it come? No, it don't come with an extra coil. Don't come with no pinpoint or nothing. It just, you know, the box, headphones, and that's it. And the coil cover. No, another one here. New looking Garrett Ace 250. £170 plus £8 postage. I'm not going to, if I wanted that Ace 250, I'll go and buy a brand new one for 189, not a second-hand one for 170. Because you don't know how long that person's had that for. He could have had that for like over a year. Warranty's probably out of date, Now, I don't know the warranty situation on like, certain metal detectors like Garrett or Minelab or anything like that. But let me have a look at Minelab 40s. Right? Go find 40. Look, an older version, right? I'd go find 40, right? Mine's a 44, the newer version, yeah. A guy is selling a brand new Go Find 40 milk detector. Okay, includes postage, £210. Why would I pay £210 for a Go 40 when I can get a brand new 44 for £168? I'd be saving myself and that includes postage, so I'd be saving myself like 40 quid. There's one here, United States, right? Pre-owned, which ain't a bad price actually. Mind you, I think you had to pay £40, $40 customs, but you got like a Go Find bundle, which is Go Find 40. You get a Go Find bag, you get spade, you get like a finds bag, $149. That's £114. The cost of shipping is like £18. Then you're talking like $40, which is probably about £30 postage. So 30, 50, say about £164 in total. No, my son said to me, why don't you get the 66? It's got an extra feature. But I didn't want to, make him pay out more money than he could probably afford because he was going on holiday. And I just didn't feel right in buying me one anyway. But he said, look, I don't buy much, Dad, let me buy you one. So I said, well, the Go Find, was it the 22s and the 11s, right, don't have a built-in pinpointer function. One, the 44s and 66s do. I think the 40s and 60s also have like the built-in function, while the 10s and 20s doesn't. So, my son bought me my metal detector. If he hadn't bought it, I'd have probably been waiting till next year, middle of next year, towards the end of next year before I would have got one. And the only reason I wanted one because it's not that light, Bloody the Go Find 44 is more heavy than my Bounty Hunter, actually, to be honest with you. And I don't like where the arm bracket is. The arm bracket is smaller than my other detectors. The actual arch is smaller than my other ones are. And I don't normally use the strap either. I don't like it strapped to my arm. I always like putting my detector down beside me and having my hands free so I can do the digging and like the pinpoint searching because I am like right-handed. So I've taken that strap off because I ain't going to use it. If anything goes wrong with the metal detector, I'll have to put it back on, of course, yeah. But I've taken the strap off, and it was very kind of like awkward to like handle it at first. But it's like anything, once you've got something new, you get used to like handling it and like using the object. So like it wasn't too bad eventually. But yeah, like the £130, mind you, that's from Belgium as well, and that's the Minelab pinpointer metal detector Probe Profine 35 pinpointer and belt holster, £130. And they've also got the Minelab Profine 25 metal detector pinpointer, Gorilla Spoke, free postage from Ireland, £143. Minelab Pro Fine 35 waterproof metal detector pinpointer from the Russian Federation, £72. I won't buy nothing from Russia anyway. But that's the cheapest one, £72. I was thinking of buying one of those overlay cases actually for my metal detector. They're only like 12 quid. But most of them are bloody from like they're all from Netherlands actually. Yeah, all from Netherlands. So if I ordered one, right, for my 44, it won't be here until 2 weeks. But I'm actually thinking of buying one, to be honest with you, because I don't like, with the weather the way it is, where it just like the rain spills on the screen and hello Yurik. The rain spills on the screen and you have to keep wiping it off. Mind you, you're gonna have to wipe it off when it goes on your rain cover anyway, but it's not gonna actually get into the actual circuit board, I suppose. I've seen someone actually make their own metal detecting kind of like front cover making it from a mobile phone casing, which is a good idea. The only thing is that where it's cutting out the back, it's kind of like, just loose and floppy. And I sent him a message, a comment. I said, why don't you use Velcro to like take the back down, kind of things. That way you ain't going to have that flapping around. He said, yeah, good idea. And I did actually offer him some Velcro. I said, on his comment, if you want any Velcro, hit me up and I'll send you some. But looks like he didn't want none because he never emailed me. But yeah, you're right there. Actually, you were just reading the chat. Quality has gone down with the pricing as well. No, I'll be honest with you. I think these are probably good quality for 35 quid. At least I ain't going to pay 120 quid out for a Garrett one. And they said, I've seen people say that these are a lot better than the Garretts. That's the reason I spent out like 35 quid for one. But now, you could say I've spent out more than 35 quid because I've still got the other one, which is 40. And I thought, metal detecting isn't cheap. It is an expensive hobby. It's like if you go out gold hunting as well, you need the proper gear to go out looking for gold. It's like any hobby. You want a hobby, it's going to cost you a lot of money to buy, I'll tell you, man. Like ghost hunting. How much money have I spent on ghost hunting equipment? A bloody lot. And I mean a bloody lot. I don't know if it's in a straw. The most expensive object I've bought from ghost hunting is this thermal camera. Now, Cat Angel's got one, exactly the same as this, I believe. £400. Mind you, I did get this one on sale for $350, I think it was, because I really wanted to get one. And a few years ago, I had the money to buy, bits and pieces, but now I've got nothing. My financial is so goddamn low. There are many days, and I'm not, doing this as like a pity, but there's many days I don't even eat. And people keep saying, well, why don't you sell your stuff? Why don't you? I've been putting my stuff on eBay. I'm not even fucking selling nothing. I'm not selling any of the stuff I have got. No, it's just like, you only sell stuff when people want to buy it and if they can afford it, you know, kind of thing. That's why they usually go for the second-hand stuff. And if you think about it, you know, not a lot of people are selling their stuff second-hand. You know, if I was to sell that, I might be lucky to get half what I paid for it. Lucky if I get that. Now, there was a camera I had, a bit like, I don't know if you know about these cameras, like the Xbox cameras. I had one similar to this, but it was for the PC. Now, I was bloody well lucky to actually purchase it for about 60 quid, I think it was, while on a website I was going over for over 200 quid. Now, I wasn't using it. I couldn't, you know, operate it probably. You know, the software never hardly ever works on my computer. So I stuck it on eBay last year for £100, double for what I paid for it, and I was lucky to get £100 for it. Because looking on other eBay sellings, which were people selling the same kind of camera I sold on eBay, they was asking 150, 160 quid for it, and I put mine for 100, which doubled my money. You know, I made 50 quid profit on it. But that money went on other stuff, you know, on bills and crap, you know, whatever. No, I bought 2 of these. You know, when I had money, I bought, you know, several years ago when I had money, I was buying a shitload of ghost hunting equipment. I bought 2 of these, you know. I bought 2 of these. Now, these are like 120 quid each. When I bought them, they've gone up to like 150. These are like still 120 quid each, you know. And I still got 2. Well, I've got one of these still new in the box. Still got one of these new in the box. Because I used to do a lot of ghost hunting stuff, you know. And because I'm not doing much now, and my nephews ain't interested in doing it, what's the point of me having it all? I might as well start selling the stuff, but then when I put it on eBay, you know, it's not selling. No, I'm only when I buy things, yeah, I'm normally trying to buy at least 2 of the items in case one goes faulty, then I've got a spare backup. And if I've got enough warranty on it, then I can send the other one back and get it repaired or replaced or whatever, you know, kind of thing. That's the kind of person I am. But I wouldn't go out and buy 2 TVs, you know, kind of thing. I'd just buy the 1 TV, you know, the 1 fridge, 1 microwave, 1 cooker, 1, you know, household essentials kind of thing. But, you know, when I was low on hard drive space, I didn't want to be spending out a huge amount of money on hard drives. Like, these terabyte hard drives, yeah. These were still like about 40, 50 quid each on eBay, new. And I actually needed a couple spare ones to like save backup files and, you know, date and important information and photos and videos and stuff like that. What did I go and do? I didn't go and buy them off eBay. I went to fucking CEX, a second-hand gaming computer store, you know, kind of thing. And I bought like 2 of those for like 20 quid, 10 quid each. I didn't have to spend £100 on them. Because that's how much they're going on eBay. And another way I actually started to like saving a bit of money was making my own equipment, my own like EM pumps and my own version of the REM pod and stuff like that, you know, kind of thing. No one. There's only one person who's got a device like this. No, actually 2. Dave Dimlow and Living Dead Paranormal. They've got one of these. No one else has got any of these because I invented these myself. Dave Dimlow actually paid for one. Can't remember how much he paid, I think. I gave it to him cost price, you know, how much it cost me to build. I gave it to him because he was a great guy. And the other one I built, I gave to Living Dead Paranormal free so they could use it and review it. And hopefully I would have got some, like, people on the other side of the water, you know, in America interested in buying them. but nothing. But you know, they do use my equipment, Living Dead Paranormal. I think they take them to like conventions, but you know, I've never had. Well, you know, I did get a couple of people asking about ghost boxes and stuff, so I sent Living Dead Paranormal a ghost box, which I was able to hack myself, and they do get a lot of like crazy stuff coming through the ghost box. Now you don't know what a ghost box is. It's just a radio that's been hacked, you know, converted, and allows the channel to scan constantly. And when it finds a channel, it just skips it. You still get the sound coming through, you know, from the stations, but apparently spirits are able to like manipulate those and the radio stations and the sounds and the static and the white noise to communicate with us through the radio. So I sent one over to Living Dead Paranormal completely free of charge because they didn't have a ghost box. And that's the first thing I ever sent to them. And every time I made something, my own little invention, prototypes, I sent them over them. I never charged them. I even built them a 7-in-1 box, which I only built 2 of. One went to Dave Dimlow and one went to Living Dead Paranormal. And they do use my equipment and they use it quite regular. Like this one. Also, for instance, this is a DC box. Well, not DC box. DC. No, power sensor. It's similar to the pyramid box, I suppose. But I built a couple of these. Dave Dimlow had one. And the funny story is that I built 2. And I was trying to get, you know, the spirits, if you believe in the spirit world, to try and like manipulate this, make it go off. And I had mine for like 4 weeks, and not one little bleep would happen to it. Not, you know, nothing would set this device off. Because what happens is that, you know, shadows, and it kind of like shadow or light movement that hits these reflections, these sensors, sets it off. And I had mine for like 4 weeks and nothing was happening. And Dave Dimlow goes, well, let me have one. And I, you know, it's like anything really. If you're going to go out and buy a new metal detector, hope that you're going to go and find a gold straight away, you know, kind of thing. You're going to spend money out on it. It's just like a trial and error. So Dave Dimlow bought one. And the day he got it, no lie, the day he got it right, he took it out on the field to do some ghost hunting. And that night, it wouldn't stop going off. And I saw the video. Why am I not getting it? You know, why is it happening to you and not to me? You know, I'm the one that built them. It's not happening with me, but it's happening with you. He goes, maybe I ain't telling the spirits how to operate it properly. So I sat in the living room and I'm saying, like, you know, this is what you need to do. Just walk past it. You know, it's not going to harm you. You know, like, you know, I know I talk crazy about the spirit world, but I'm trying to explain how to, you know, for the spirits how to like manipulate it. Within half an hour, it started going off. So, you know, I sent one over to Living Dead Paranormal. If you watch their, I think it's one, yeah, it's their asylum one. Fucking activity where they was getting with their one. You know, what way do you want us to go? And the sensor was going like right all the time. You know, every time they asked what way, it showed them what way they had to go, and it led whatever was setting the device off was telling them to go to a certain location, which they was planning to go to anyway, but the spirits told them. But you know, like, I used to like building stuff, you know, but I just don't have the. It's not so much the time, just you know, I have chronic headaches, you know, and I have mental health issues, you know, kind of thing, and you know, blinding headaches, dizzy spells, you know, and I did like bang my head once, and I feel like, you know, a lot of information is like kind of like spill out of my little pee-wee brain because I can't remember how I built half the stuff nowadays, you know, kind of thing. I used to sit there and like, you know, research a lot, you know, I had to build equipment, but now if I wanted to build another one of those, I wouldn't know how to do it. You you know, and people say to me, like on my other channel, why don't you build some more gear and like sell it? Like, you're saying you never got no money. Well, I can't, because I can't remember how to build them, and I can't be asked to sit there and like figure out what, you know, diode goes to where and what weight, you know, what weight it needs to go and all that kind of stuff. You know, I just don't have the concentration to do it anymore. And with these chronic headaches and dizzy spells I get time to time and blackouts, that don't really help. You know, I don't. The only thing I research now on is like, you know, I try to research on locations I can go to and possibly get, you know, permissions for me melt detecting and stuff like that. And I also research about the bylaws as well, because like, why should like we get told we can't go somewhere, right, when it doesn't say nothing in their bylaws? Like with the Mitcham Common, for instance, yeah, I've been there, you know, a good couple of dozen times. Think I've never done no harm. Then one of the guys in his like little fucking go-kart things comes along and tells me I can't detect them anymore. Well, why not? Well, no digging's allowed. It's on the bylaws. It's on the post. I checked the post on each part of the common. It does not say that you cannot dig. It doesn't say about melt detecting, and he swears black and blue. So, you know, I did some research. I've gone on their websites. You know, I downloaded the bylaws, and it doesn't say diddly squat about it. So, you know, unless it states it in the bylaws, I don't think you're really breaking any laws to go and do any kind of metal detecting. Because if they don't want you doing it, yeah, right, they should update their fucking bylaws, and they're not doing it. So really, the only way they can get you to stop is by asking you politely, and you know, you give up and say, well, I'll move on and go somewhere else, that kind of thing, because you don't want to be pestered all the bloody time. Or they contact the police, and the police come and threaten to arrest you. But I've downloaded the bylaws, and it don't say nothing about you can't dig and you can't like melt detect. All it says that you cannot remove soil, plant life, tree life. I'm not removing it, am I? I'm not digging it up and putting it in a plastic bag and taking it home and using it in my own garden. That's what removal is to me. It's like when you go, you know, you live in a house and you're moving away to a new location, for instance, yeah. No, you're removing your stuff from your old house to your new house. I'm not doing that. I'm just digging a hole and putting it back. So yeah, I'm going to start going back over the common. If he starts out, I say, look, I've got the bylaws here. Show me where it says that. And if you can't tell me, I'm going to carry on digging. Fuck them. I'm not breaking no law. Now, I do read the council ones as well, and some of the council do say no digging allowed, no melt detecting, no searching for mineralized or metal objects in the ground. Yeah, okay. I can stick by that law and I won't go to that location. But when it's got nothing about you can't melt detect, it's got nothing saying that you can't dig, fuck them. Some people say, well, you're digging illegally. You're not. Where's it say that I'm making any kind of like illegal diggings, you know, kind of thing, when it doesn't say it in their bylaws? You know, it's like with the Crown, yeah. What's it called? Oh, God, hang on a minute. I've got to search that one now. The Crown Estate, right? I wasn't too sure about the laws about like going to metal detection on the River Thames, yeah. Now the London Port Authority, you do need a particular permit to go and do mudlarking and melt detecting, yeah. But there's certain parts of the River Thames that is owned and governed by the Crown Estate. Now, at one time, you did have to buy a permit for either the Crown or the London Port to do any kind of like mudlarking, searching, digging, milk detecting, whatever, yeah. But the Crown Estate is now, right, and as soon as I found that out, I posted on Facebook saying, hey, good news. You don't need a permit anymore for the Crown Estate to go milk detecting or mudlarking on the River Thames. I got called a liar. I got slagged off left, right, and centre. And I said, no, hang on, there's the link, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking no shit, mate, you need a permit, you need a permit on the Crown and on the Port of London. You need a permit wherever you go. It took like nearly 7 months before people actually did learn and understand. And did I get any kind of apology from these arseholes on Facebook? Call me a liar? Because when I actually wanted to go and do some milk detecting on the Thames here, right? I read the actual information on both sites, and I couldn't really see much at the time on the Crown Estate because it seemed like their web pages kept coming up with errors all the time, like the 404 or page not found. So I actually rang up the Crown Estate. I said, what's the situation about me going and doing some milk detecting on, the Thames, which belongs to the Crown Estate? And they said, well, at the present time, and this was quite a few months ago. It might have been earlier in the year, actually. It might have been last year. I can't remember when it was, to be honest with you. But when I spoke to them, they said, well, we're in the process of considering if to continue doing the permits or not. But at the moment, the permits are on hold. So for now, you can go to any part of the Thames that belongs to the Crown Estate, even on the coast, the beaches that are owned by the Crown Estate, and milk detect freely without getting into any trouble whatsoever. I said, oh, great. I said, well, look, just to keep me, covered, can you possibly send me an email? She goes, yeah, no problem. And they sent me an email giving me permission to dig on the Thames, milk detect on the Thames, and even on coastal beaches without a permit, right? And I posted that email on Facebook. I still got called a liar. And they said, oh, anyone can make an email. How do we know that we could go to a certain part of the Thames and start milk detecting and find out that we're going to get arrested and have our gear confiscated? I said, well, there's the bloody person's name. Contact them. No, didn't really, did they? But now, when you actually see a lot of YouTube channels now, a lot of people found out, I don't know, either from me or through other websites, but I think I was one of the first people to actually point out the good news that you don't need a permit for the Crown Estate anymore. And you don't. When I spoke to the Crown Estate, they said there's a map that you need to download. And the whole Thames, right, it's got colour kind of bits along the Thames, and if it's like a purple bit, that is run by the Crown Estate, and you can go there, mudlark and milk detect freely without being done, arrested or told to fuck off or whatever, kind of thing. And I went to one of those locations, and would you believe some country goes, do you have a mudlarking permit, mate? I said, no. I goes, oh, you need to have one, mate, because you're on the Thames. I said, excuse me, no, you don't. I'm on the Crown Estate part of the Thames. You don't need a permit. You should do. Oh, no, you don't. You should do. Excuse me, read this email. As soon as he read the email, he shut up and said, sorry, and fucked off. So you don't need a permit for the Crown Estate part of the Thames, and you don't need a permit for milk detecting on any part of the coast anymore, unless it's run and owned by private landlords. So, I put a few people at shame, I suppose, in one way. I never got an apology from anyone. But there is a lot of people who do like videos and do state now that if you're on the Crown Estate, you don't need a permit. Who is it? Digging the Bleep, I think it is. What's his name? Channel. He did a video, a little review video yesterday, I believe it was. Let's try and find his channel. The Grim Bleeper. He did a little kind of review video yesterday, and he stated that you don't need a permit on Crown Estate property. And even the National Council of Milk Detecting, there's a link on there stating that you don't need a permit for any Crown Estate property anymore. And when I say that to people, they still don't believe me until I say, well, you go to the NCMD, National Council of Milk Detecting, check on their link, and you'll see, go and check on a few YouTube channels that, explain about, permits. You don't need a permit on Crown Estate anymore. And the reason why they stopped doing permits is because it costs them too much money. And resource and available time. And that's the reason why I stopped it. Now, I'm not saying that, the London Port Authority is going to stop. I reckon they're still going to continue, like, charging £80 a year, or whatever it is, kind of thing, which I'm not going to be spending that on. Unless I came into a lot of fucking money and I want to go up there every single day of the year or whatever, which I wouldn't do anyway. So it still costs me travelling. But I think Putney is on the Crown Estate. I've got to research that again because I did research it, and I'm sure that is on the Crown Estate. And I've been there once when we Milk Detector, and that's what with my first, like me MD 3010 Milk Detector, and all I kept picking up was iron, and I was new to detecting. I didn't know how to discriminate the iron out. So I will go back there sometime. I just got to make sure that he's under the Crown Estate. If it's under the London Port, then I won't go back. But I'm pretty sure it's on the Crown Estate. I'll have to download the map again and research again. So I'll have to go back up there, try to find something on the Thames. I found like clay pipes and clay bowl heads and a bit of like pottery, which I bought back from the Crown Estate parts. I'm not one who goes out breaking the law. I don't want to be trespassing and being convicted on anything. I try to do and research. I'm lucky enough to have one permission at the moment. There was a guy, Dan, where I was asking around, about a week ago, I think it was. I finished my permission early, and I just wanted to walk around and get some more permissions and catch up with some of the people I spoke to like a few weeks before. But the people I was already spoken to weren't around. But I did speak to other people. Now my permission, his name's Ron. I knocked on someone's door, some woman answered and goes, "Oh, you need to speak to my husband, Roy." Roy wasn't there, so I said, I went back to the woman. I said, "Look, can I give you my details? And you can have a word with your husband. I'll be grateful." And I was trying to be nice to her as well, because she goes, "Oh, well, I like doing gardening and digging. We do have a garden. I do help out time to time." I said, "Well, if I'm ever there, and you give me permission, you want like some holes dug for your plants, I'll do it for you." And I do, I tend to give back, in some way if I can, if someone gives me permission. I didn't have to buy food for my permission animals, which I did do. I bought carrots, I bought bird seed, I bought dog's food. As a thank you, I've given them coins and musket balls as a thank you as well. And I said to the woman, if your husband gives me permission, I'm there, and you want to do some gardening one day, and you want some holes dug, just give me a call over. I'll help you out. It'd be a thank you for that, And any kind of trespassing, see someone else on your land, I can let you know. So they said, "We'll speak to my husband and see what he says." Well, her husband wasn't there, so I'm going to go back and like speak to them again. After I did speak to this woman, I went across the road and I kept like asking other people, and apparently a lot of the land was owned by the council. Now I did speak to one guy, and he said he had some guy metal detecting on his land for a few years until the council found out, and they said, this is rented land, and it's not your land. You rent it from us. You're not allowed to let them milk detect. And he did get kind of like a little bit in trouble for letting someone milk detect on his land. Now he said to me, right, if that was his land, he'd welcome me, because he's got probably about 40 acres of land. He goes, if it was my land, mate, I'll let you, but it ain't my land. He goes, I know that some more of the fields up there are private, while some of them is like council. But I walked onto another field where it had the building right next to it, and I was kind of like a bit dubious going on there because it looked like there's about 20 people in this like building cooking. But I thought, now fuck it, I'll just go and see if I can see if there's anyone in charge and ask about metal detecting on there. So I was walking towards the building, and this guy, tall guy, comes out. He goes, "Can I help you, mate?" I said, "Yeah, I'm looking for whoever owns the land." He goes, "Well, I do." I said, "Oh, right. I was just wondering, what's the situation of like getting permission for doing some milk detecting here?" And I don't know. I said, "Well, is this private land or council land?" He goes, "Well, this is council land. We rent it." I said, "Oh, it's council land. I won't be able to do it then." He goes, "Well, I do have 20 acres of private land." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "I'd love to do that if I could." He goes, "Well, look, I can't say yes and I can't say no, but if you give me some details, I'll let you know." I said, "Well, just send me an email, mate, because my phone's usually turned off because the battery ain't all that good on it. So, if you can, let me know through email and give me the location or phone number where I can talk to you, I'll be grateful." I've not heard anything from him yet. And there's another place where a guy's got like a little business, and he's got a load of land. And you're talking hectares of land, I believe. And I was going to go up there after I spoke to this Dan, but it was getting late, and I was in this bloody like middle of the country kind of thing, and I didn't know where the bus stops were. So the guy who owns the hectares of land, I had to like miss out. But I'm gonna go up there possibly one day within the next week or two, and just continue like walking around and see if I can get some more commissions. Because the one I have got at the moment ain't gonna last me that long. I know, like with a lot of people, like old Clegg, for instance, Clegg's channel, and a few other people, they've done like fields left, right, and centre. They've hammered fields left, right, and centre. They've gone back like a couple of months later with a new detector or something here, and they've unearthed more stuff than they found in the previous time they've been there, kind of thing. So I do believe that you're never going to find everything in 2 or 3 hits, kind of thing. Doesn't matter how big the land is. There's always going to be something that you're not found or unearthed or whatever. So that's what I'm planning to do. Is like I'm going to do my permission. It's only 7 acres, but I still only not even finished the quarter of it yet. Yeah, but I'm working on the second quarter, and I've not really done it as like plots. I'm just like walking around, seeing what I can like kind of like suss out, see if there's any kind of like kind of disturbances in the land. And I have like got some of the old maps from the old maps.co.uk, which I subscribe to. Yeah, I think it's about £7 a month. I think something like that, £7.99. I can unsubscribe to it, but I'm keeping this subscription open for now because there are other places I want to go to, and I want to try to find like more details on the old maps, the old survey maps. And I downloaded about 8 maps from, I say, like the early 1800s or up to like 1978 to for my permission, and you can see the the different kind of like the way the land was, you know, kind of thing. There's buildings one moment and no buildings the next minute, you know, fields left, right, centre, and then suddenly like all these residential estates, you know, are being built and all that kind of stuff. There's a new forest there which weren't there 50 years ago. So like, you know, it's always worth, you know, getting a little bit of research on the property you're doing. And I have showed, you know, I the landowner on, you know, the way it used to be like in the early 18th century. You know, his land hasn't really changed apart from what he's done himself. He's cut some of the forest down because it is his own private land anyway. But the land next to it, you know, it's completely changed. It was fields one minute, then there was buildings, then the buildings have been taken down. Now you've got like a new forest there. So, you know, the land has actually changed around a little bit. But last time I was over there, my bloody pinpointer broke down, as I say, and I was getting so frustrated. And, you know, I had one of my cheeky ones with me, and even that wasn't working. So I decided to pack up and come home early, which I did do. But I hope to go tomorrow if I can get some sleep. Yeah, it's only 7 o'clock. So I'm not reading chat, by the way. All right. Right, hold on a minute. I just got to go to the loo. I'll take my cup out and rinse it. No, I'll tell you one thing I'd have to do, yeah, if I had the money. I'd like to buy some land because when I was going around trying to find some new permissions, I did get kind of a little bit lost. And I saw these two women come down towards me, yeah, and I asked them, you know, directions for the bus, and they was good enough to like tell me. And I was just explaining to them that, you know, I was looking for permissions to do milk detecting. And I said, the problem is the council, you know, owns most of the land around here. Well, what I did not know, and they told me, is that Surrey Council is in the process of trying to sell some of their land. Now, when my landowner first bought his land about 30 years ago, I think it was, 25, 30 years ago, he bought his land, 7 acres, for £1,500. So I don't know how much land he's going for now, but if I had the money, I'd buy myself some land. You know, I'd buy at least 20, 30 acres maybe, depending on the cost. And I'd just go out and buy a fucking piece of land, and like, no one can tell me what to do then. You know, the council can't say, well, like, you know, you can't milk detect, you can't have people come milk detecting. Like, if I had money, I'd buy myself, you know, a little bit of land and milk detect it myself, and then might do like little collabs or something, you know, like allow local milk detecting groups to come down and do some milk detecting, but charge them, you know, a fee for detecting. And if they found anything of important, you know, kind of like gold coins or Roman hoard or something, yeah, you know, they've got to give me at least 50% of it. Because, you know, it'd only be fair, wouldn't it, really? You know, if you had a piece of land and you're letting people come and detect on your property, you know, that's what the MCMD is all about, you know, rules and regulations, 50%. Now, if someone found a gold coin, for instance, yeah, and it's worth like 500 quid, and it's just one coin, I wouldn't take the coin off the guy. So, look, you know, give me money value, like 50%, 250 quid, you can keep the coin. Otherwise, cut the coin in half. Then that's going to devalue the coin, innit? But yeah, apparently I think the Surrey Council is selling off land. Like, I know where my permission is, not far away. They've actually got a wooded area, and it's got a sign actually saying it's for sale. And it's a woodland. How big the acre is, I don't know. I think it's about 10, 15 acres of woodland. You know, how much they're selling it for, no idea. But I have actually gone through there with detecting. All what I was finding was like, you know, trash, junk, and stuff like that, you know, kind of thing. But you know, if someone wanted it, I suppose they'd probably pay, you know, a fair amount of money for it. But I was thinking of, like, you know, looking into how much land is in Surrey and probably buying some, you know. But you know, properties, you know, it's like you go and buy a house now, you know, brand new house, you're talking about 250 grand, you know, cheap one, single bedroom or something, you know. So how much would land be? If my landowner bought these for 1,500 quid and it's only 7 acres, how much would it cost for like 20 acres now in these days? I don't know what you're on about, Ulrich. You know, I even went to when I got kicked off Wimbledon Common last year, I think it was, yeah. I said to the guy, I said, well, what about, you know, when the fun fair's here, yeah? I bet you got people milk detecting then, haven't you, when they pack up and leave? He said, well, we do have one person who goes around with a milk detector, you know, after the fun fair, but he actually works for the fun fair. I said, yeah, but he's got permission, though, hasn't he? Well, you know, they do rent the land off us, you know, kind of thing. So, yeah, but, you know, come on, think about it, you know. Why has he got the rights and permission to milk detect, like you just said, and pick up all the coins and whatever, and I can't, you know? Is it because, like, he works for the fair and you're getting money for the fair? You know, it just don't seem right, you know. And with Wimbledon Common, yeah, Caesar's Camp. Now, a few people told me that Caesar's camp is not real. Caesar never camped there, apparently. But they got there, well, I don't know if it's a structure, but they got a part of the common where they stayed that Caesar once camped there. And there's supposed to be like evidence that he fucking like camped there. But a few people I've spoken to said, nah, they've researched it and Caesar never did, like kind of like camp there. I think they invent some of these things, just to like bring tourists in and make a little bit of money. Now that's got me going, anyway. I've got to fucking see how much Surrey land to sell. Let me have a look. Farmland for sale, Surrey, specialist in rural property. There's let me check on this one. UK lands and farms. $2,600,000. 60 acres. Sold. 1,930,000 at Horsley. $2,600,000. Lusted Hall Farm companies, a single block of fixed farmland, approximately 144.3 acres, 58.4 hectares, with 3-bedroom bungalow. That's for sale, 2.6 million. Let's have a look at 50,000. 50,000, that's the million. Stakes. Let's do 50 acres. All right, search. Unfortunately, there's no properties matching your current requirements. All right, then let's do it as 100 acres. And do it at 100,000. Oh, yeah. Fucking a 3-acre land. 84,950. 3.4 acres, 56,000. Three acres at Wallington. That looks a bit similar to. Hang on. I know that area. That's not far from my bloody property. Not my property, my permission. Holy crap. I know where that is. It's only a small bit. It's like half of what my bloody permission's on, and like it's like 55 grand. As I said, like my permission, my landowner bought these for 1,500, and that's 7 acres 25 years ago. Holy crap, man! I didn't think land would be that expensive. I wonder how much 250 acres would be. No, right, none. Right, let's say 500. Not getting none. Right, let's go to say 500 grand. Right now. Pardon me. Right, sold 14 acres. Right, 14 acres of land, 430,000. 21 acres, Abinger, sold for how much? No, don't say. 19 acres, sold, busily working, 310,000. 13.5 acres, same place, 250,000. 15.9 acres, Wamborough, Guildford, 240,000. And another one at busily working, 11.3 acres, sold for 200,000. Fucking hell, man. Can anyone lend me like $500,000 so I can buy like at least like 50 acres of land? And I'll invite you all over to do some free milk detecting. Oh, you two, stop it. Alan Urick Hyde is a paranormal investigator. I told you on the phone. He sees things that I don't. You know I'm a paranormal investigator. You know I've seen things, but he sees things that I don't see. And when he sees things, he points it out on my videos. I can look at the videos, and sometimes I don't see what he sees, but sometimes I do see what he sees. So it's kind of a psychic medium in one way. Now, gentlemen, no arguing. I'll have to slap your wrist, Alan. See this pinpointer, Alan? You keep on. It won't be detecting the ground. It'll be detecting your real ass. Might find something good up there. Might find that golden spoon that you was born with. I don't know if that's when I found that Napoleon coin. But remember, I found that Napoleon III coin. 1862 coin. And that was local. You know, I actually did some research, you remember, on my, was it on this channel? I think it was on this channel. I did a little bit of research and I said that Napoleon and his army come to the coast and they came all the way from the coast and done a massive battle over at Surrey Hills. And I'd love to do Surrey Hills, but can't because it's under council fucking permission, property in it. So, a bit of a shame. I like to go to Reading, but it's going to cost me like £20 each time I go there. And I ain't got 20 quid to keep going up there. Not even if it's once or twice, you know. I like to go and get a permit, do metal detecting up there, but I don't think I'll be able to go to Reading. Not unless someone sponsored me to go up there. Donate like 20 quid for travel costs. I need a haircut as well. Yeah, I enjoyed my leak. Thank you very much. I took my cup out and brought my other one in that my daughter got me. This time next year, we'll be millionaires. But first, let's have a cuppa. She always buys me fucking like, because I loved the old Del Boy, Only Fools and Horses program. I loved that, watching that. The best one was when they found that watch in their garage. And they come billion, well, not billion, but they became millionaires. And both of them fucking passed that in the auction. Yeah, one of these days I might be a millionaire. In my third reincarnation, probably. If I ever get reincarnated. I'll find out what to talk about now. I said what I really want to say about pinpointers. Don't buy the cheap shitty ones. Don't last 5 minutes. I thought this would have lasted me a bit longer. And that's the new one. You know, I've only had this about a month and it's already packed up on me. I wonder if the cold weather can affect these in some way. Because when I went out with it the other day, well, earlier in the week, I kept checking it every half hour or so at night time before I decided to go to bed and get up early and go to my permission. And every time I tried it, it was working. There was probably about twice out of about 15 times it did not work. But most of the time it was working. When I went out and started detecting, first time I turned it on, didn't work. Mind you, it was bloody cold and frosty. And I took my internet with me, I believe, remote detector. Now, I found a few things. I found like a horseshoe, couple of modern day coins. I was getting a few finds at first, but then it all kind of eased up. And the ground was really frosty, really cold and frosty. But since, the sun came out and like cleared that frost away, no one getting nothing. All I kept getting was like iron shit, nails, chunks of iron, everything like that. No one getting no hits on coins or, anything different to iron. I was getting so fed up with it that I was going to pack up, and I realised that my settings were all the way down to like not shallow, but like shallow, like minimal. As soon as I turned the settings back to normal, I started getting things, but not interesting stuff, So I'm not going to take that internet back with me. I'm not taking the bounty hunter with me tomorrow. I'm taking my what's the name with me tomorrow. My Go Find Minelab 44 tomorrow. I'm taking these two with me. And just in case the new one packs up, which it shouldn't do because I've not even used it yet, I'll take a third one with me. Express, what's that? Oh, that's the watch they used on the what's the name in it? £15,000. Yeah, that's the watch they used on the TV program, where apparently they came millionaires. When was that? I don't say the date, I don't think. That's what I like about him. He researches stuff, he looks into stuff. Here, Ian, here's a task for you, yeah? Well, I can go milk detecting without getting kicked off, and I don't need permission and a council or anything like that. Don't give a damn. Like wasteland, or old tips. And I want to find myself a bottle fucking tip as well, actually. I think we need to go and visit that place again sometime in the new year, Alan, where we found that broken cutlery. This time we need to dig a bit deeper. What do you reckon? Do that in the new year. £4 of fucking gold. I don't know if Renton's still there or not, actually. But I want to go back to the place where we found that broken cutlery. I reckon there might be some more stuff there, actually. Just that we didn't dig deep enough because we was using our little hand trails to do the digging. I want to get myself a new spade as well, but the thing is, the one I've seen hasn't got like a proper handle. It's just like, the broom handle. It's got no like top part where you can put the pressure down. You can actually buy an adapter for one, actually. The spade I saw was in Homebase. It was like £12.50, I think. But it is kind of big. The handle, the actual length of the handle is really big, but it doesn't have like the proper grip handle at the top. But you can get one of those on eBay, I think. I think they're about £10 each. So I might try to make my own custom spade one day. Yeah, you had the money, I'd love to buy some land, but come on, you're talking about £500,000 up to £1 million. Cheapest plot, which is like just over 10 acres, like 200 grand. But I'm going to bookmark this link because that might help me to find a few more places. Oh crap, the only thing is because I reinstalled other bookmarks. Metal detecting. So I'm trying to find out if they actually give like the actual address of the details as well. Yeah. Land price news 2018. I ain't got one for 2019. So there's some farmland here for 100,000. land formerly part of Silverman Talsarn, whatever that is. Piece of land in Newham, 85 grand. 85,000 actually. Well, that's only small. I suppose you lived up more north or down south where there is a lot of farmland, it'd be a lot more cheaper. Because I'm only looking at the ones in Surrey at the moment. Land for sale, Wessex Avenue, East Wittering, Chichester. 250 grand. Plot of land measuring approximately 165 foot by 51 foot. It's only small, I think. What's this? Guildford Road, Frimley Green, Canterbury, Surrey. Exclusive for the main appointment agent on behalf of the Don't say how much acreage is though. Just more kind of like woodland with a dirt road going up it. Oh, it's 0.4 acres. It's only a small bit of landing. Right, when I'm off, I'm going to cook myself some dinner. Hopefully I'll be out tomorrow. And there'll probably be a video up tomorrow night. I want to try to get an early night in tonight. Going to put these in my bag ready. These pinpointers. Take 3 with me tomorrow. Not that I'm going to need 3, but if one of them is not going to be working properly. So I'll just turn that one on again. It's not even working again. Sometimes you turn it on and it don't work at all, but you turn it off and turn it back on again, it starts working. But I did find, like, you know, when I tried this out the other night, it was working all the way through the night apart from a couple of times, but when I took it out the bag in a frosty morning, it just packed up completely. All I had was, with it was the orange one, and that was playing up as well. So I'm taking 3 with me tomorrow, to be on the safe side. And I'll have a video up tomorrow night. What time, I don't know. Alright, so good night everyone, and I'll catch you later. I'm not sure when my next live stream is, but catch you whenever next. Later on.